My name is Fran Redmond, and I'm a board member for the Kentucky Craft History and Education Association. And I'm here today, November 21st, 2024, in the studio of fiber artist Audrey Schulz in Louisville, Kentucky. We are videotaping her interview as part of the ongoing Craft Luminary project, which is part of KCHEA, our efforts to document and preserve the state's rich craft heritage. This interview is funded in part by a project grant from the Kentucky Oral History Commission. Yes. And Audrey, thank you for having us in your studio today, and we're just really excited.
I'm delighted
to talk to you.
Yes.
And I think we're going to start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start. And can just tell us, are you originally from Kentucky, and where and when were you born?
Well, actually, originally from Kalamazoo, Michigan. My husband, Bob, came here to Louisville, and I think it's 1970, and taught at U of L in education. And I started my artwork when I was in teaching in a preschool, and really enjoyed it very much. Yeah.
Were you there to teach art, or were you teaching at a elementary level, or?
I'm sorry.
I mean, were you teaching just art, or were you teaching other subjects?
No, I was teaching 3s and 4s, and we did a lot of artwork.
Okay.
And I really, as far as my working with the sculpturing, that started later.
So what was your childhood and your family background?
My family background in Kalamazoo, I was born in 1931. That's a long time ago.
You're doing great.
And I, brother and sister, mother and father. And at that time, it was pretty tough because that was right during the Depression time. Mm-hmm. But we were a happy family, and my brother just recently died. I missed him. My sister is living in Florida in a retirement center. And of course, we've been here in this house almost 50 years. It's been a good old house.
So Louisville is definitely home.
Yes.
Okay. So you've told me how you came to live in Louisville, and as far as your education, because you taught, you had a college degree to learn how to be a teacher, right? Is that?
Yes. At Western Michigan.
Oh, you went to school in Western Michigan.
Classes there, yes.
Okay. So at some point you were teaching, and at what point did you decide to pursue this endeavor in the arts? Was it a transitional thing, or the decision that you made, or did it just somehow evolve?
Yeah, actually what happened, it happened when I was working with the children. It was just before a Kentucky Derby coming on. And a dear friend, fellow worker at the school, was in the hospital. And I thought I would make her something. So I drew up this great big drunken horse, kind of like, and put a rose on it. And my sewing was not, I am not a great sewer at that time. But anyway, it was cute and big. And another teacher saw it and said, I like that. And I said, yeah, I like it too. And she said, I'll give you $15 for it. And I sold it.
Oh, wow.
But actually, the friend in the hospital got something else for me. So I thought, well, this is not too bad. So that actually started my career.
And do you remember when that was? How long ago was that?
Well, I would say it was probably about 1980. And from there on, I started making more and doing a much better job of sewing. And I think it was Phyllis George Brown. And I heard about her and her work with craftspeople.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I called up the state, and they were so nice and said, go ahead and send a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, and they encouraged me to start working with them. And that's really how it all came on.
So when you decided to do soft sculpture, what in particular gave you the idea to do that kind of work as opposed to any other kind of creative work?
You mean beside horses?
Yeah, just this type of work, other than maybe painting or
Yeah.
some other kind of thing.
Well, I have to be honest because that would sell here.
Okay.
Back in Michigan, I would not be making horses probably, although I've always enjoyed drawing them.
Right.
And I've always been very good in art with animals. But the horses have been mainly what I've been working on. And they're very well crafted now.
Oh, yeah.
One of the hardest parts, I shouldn't say the hardest, but you have to be really careful, is stuffing the animals. They have to really be put in with a lot of force to make them nice and sturdy.
Mm-hmm. Now, this technique, is it something that you developed on your own? Did you have any training whatsoever from anyone, or you just figured it out?
I just figured it out.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So what, other than the sewing machine, what types of tools or instruments do you use in the process of making them?
Of course, they're all hand painted. And that's several stages of painting. And then you have to put the saddles on, and also making the jockeys going with the horse. So,
do you have a pattern that you would reuse, or do you each one typically?
I drew up
unique?
I drew up all the forms, and I try to make them all a little different, so each one is individually original. They're placed on a wooden base, and they're permanently on the bases.
So what, like for that example right there, what amount of time have you invested from beginning to end on that one piece?
Well, to make a regular sized racehorse and putting the jockey on and so forth, it's probably about 2.5 days. So it is kind of time consuming.
Yeah, I would expect that. Almost seems like not enough time. But I guess you've gotten
putting on the painting, and then there's a kind of like a a glaze that you put on the horse so it's kind of lifelike looking.
Now, I know that you, from experience, that you would do a derby horse every year,
Yeah.
like the derby winner,
Yes.
and match the silks of the jockey.
Yes.
Are most of these actual living horses, or are some of them just invented?
Well, they're invented, but I do look at photographs of different racing horses, yes. Also, I do a lot of the small horses, and a couple of them have been at the White House.
Oh, really?
On the Christmas tree, which was very nice. In fact, we went there and saw it, my husband and I.
I remember when,
Yeah.
I forget, was that when the Clintons were in office, or was it?
That was during Clinton,
Right.
President Clinton, and that was kind of a difficult time. at
They
the time.
invited all people
Yes,
from different states
yes,
to send ornaments, handmade ornaments. I think it might have been part of the Year of American Crafts celebration when we were doing that.
Oh, yes.
It was a national
Yes, that was
effort,
wonderful.
and I believe Hillary was one of our co-chairs for that.
Yes.
I think that's how that came about.
And also Governor Collins was very, very helpful. And she took a lot of the racehorses to California, and I think England
Okay.
when she was traveling.
Yes, the governors would go on
The
a lot of
governors.
economic development
Yes,
trips.
yes.
And
for
they would
various
often
things.
take some of our high-end,
Some of the sample
quality
of
work.
many people.
yeah, like
yes.
Stephen Powell or
Yeah,
Tim's Ducks or Warren May's Dulcimers. Those were often given as
Yeah.
gifts to celebrities
Yes.
and dignitaries, prime ministers. So
Oh.
I'm glad you were part of that. So you talked about starting out not charging. So obviously this work is much more expensive now. What is your process? Is your pricing based on your time? Or?
a racehorse is in the area of 200, and the smaller little horses are 65, around $65.
Now, is the bulk of your work production, or do you do a lot of commissions?
Not lately. I have not been doing a lot of commissions, but I had up to a couple years ago. Yeah.
So when you started out, you sort of didn't know you were going to be doing this, and somebody said,
Yeah.
"I'll buy that."
Yeah.
So at what point after that time did you decide that you were going to pursue this actively maybe as a business? Or did you just kind of gradually move into it?
Probably about 1983.
Okay. That was about the time
Yes.
the program started. in Phyllis,
1983. And that has made all the difference.
So once you got started, what did that involve? What was your business like? How did you support it, and what type of activities were you?
We had help getting all the cards and all the information, because you had to have material to show people. People don't realize it's not just. And I think, I can't remember the business. It was Better Business or whatever, but they were very helpful in the city. And it was a nonprofit sort of thing. So that's when I really got into selling these things, getting help.
So how did you sell them? How did you go about?
A lot with the state and going to the market. That's really when it started.
Yeah.
The market was wonderful.
Was that your main outlet for sales?
At that time, yes. And also, the state took things to New York, and I received orders. It was so exciting. It was just stimulating. Without the help of the state, I don't think it would have really gone.
It's good to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, when you were doing the shows, the Kentucky Crafted Market and the New York,
Yeah.
I think we just took your samples.
Yes.
You didn't actually go, as some of the artists went with us.
I did not.
Now, what proportion of your business then do you feel has been primarily done at that wholesale level directly to shops versus
Yes.
to the public?
Generally speaking, it was wholesale.
Mostly.
Yes. And of course, when you're going to shows, which I was doing quite a bit of that too, that would be not wholesale.
Right.
But most of the business was wholesale. And receiving large orders. I know I've done thousands of orders.
So have you kept an exact count, or do you know? You don't know.
No.
Did you ever have anyone helping you? Did you have any employees?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When I had large orders, I had to have help. And, for example, doing all that stuffing and everything and sewing up. We're talking about when I had large orders. And, but I did all the painting and the various artwork on them. And also drawing up the horses and so forth. Yeah.
Because that was the artist's
Yeah.
mark on there. And
Yes.
they could do
Yes.
other things, but that had to be you because
Yes.
that's what they were
Had
buying.
some very skilled people working.
What other types of, did you do the Kentucky Guild fairs or anything like that?
I was doing the ACC.
Oh, you did?
Yes. I went to Dallas, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., a couple other places. And Dallas was fantastic.
That was the American Craft Council
Yes.
shows.
Yes.
Which is those are
And,
very prestigious.
Yeah.
Right.
St. James Art Fair, a couple others, but the big shows were the ACC.
Right.
Were really good.
Yeah, those were hard to get into,
Yeah.
so that's quite
Yeah.
a accomplishment
Yeah.
on your part. Well, I asked you about your employees, and I think somewhere I read that you have a patent on your
Yes.
technique.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Because I had a lawyer and he figured it would be a good idea to have incorporated at that time when I was doing very large orders. And
Yeah, there's
there.
been an incident or two in Kentucky where people have had their ideas
Yeah.
virtually stolen from
Yeah.
them and reproduced
Yeah.
in Japan or things like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
So,
it's
right.
amazing.
Yeah, that would have been a bad thing to have happened. So you've never had anybody try to steal your designs or replicate them in any way that you know of?
Not as far as I know. No problem.
So you said you've done all these shows across the country and
Yeah.
taking orders at the market. Do you know some of the more prestigious places that the shops that were buying your work and where they were?
Yeah, the very large horses that are on the other side of the room went on the walls at Saks Fifth Avenue and in Washington, D.C. and other stores too.
Mm-hmm. And I think I read that you've had various celebrities along the way that have bought or had your horses gifted. Do you remember some of them?
I can remember, yes. That was very nice. I've had some very nice thank you notes, which makes me feel good
Was
too.
it Kenny Rogers? That was one of them? Did I read?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, did that come about from the shows or from them buying it or through the state, or how did those people find you?
Some were through the state and some were from the shows that I think a couple of them when I went to Nashville and the show there. They had a very good show there, and I was there twice. And at that time,
Was that an
some very
ACC
nice
show that you did there?
no, but it was a very prestigious show.
So you mentioned the organizations you were affiliated with. You were in the Kentucky Crafted program. You did not jury into the Kentucky Guild or
Into the
Kentucky Guild of Artists and Craftsmen, or did you?
yes.
You did. So
Yes.
you did their fairs.
Yes.
Did you participate at the Kentucky Art and Craft Museum downtown here at all? When the Shans were around and
I have in the museum, in the
Yes.
store, or in the
anything.
yeah. There are, yes.
Okay.
I think they had some hanging in the ceiling.
So what other kind of things came about? Did you get any kind of awards or recognitions or special acknowledgement along the way?
Well, I guess to me the big one was getting that nice note from Mrs. Clinton when the horse was on the tree.
At the White House.
Yes, at the White House. And just getting very nice thoughts from regular people. To me, that's more important anyway, and I appreciate that. That made me feel good. Yeah.
And you're still producing.
I'm very limited. My hands are still working well, but at my age and everything, it's tiring.
So if someone calls you up and you have something, you sell it.
I could make a horse. I'm not really doing.
You're not actively out there marketing, but
no, no. That takes a lot of energy, like you can imagine.
Yeah. I do. Let's see. What do you think was the most important thing along the way that kept you going doing this work?
I think just having people appreciate what you're doing. It's really not the money. You're not doing it just for money, but having people say, "I really like your work."
Mm-hmm.
It makes you feel really, really like you're doing something well.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they say the creative work extends your life. You know, it's a very motivating activity for people.
Yes.
And as we came in today, you mentioned that because of your your work here and your lifetime doing this, that this built this space on your house.
Yeah. It really did. But it wouldn't have been built without people wanting what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's just been a joyful experience. And people are generally so nice. I can't think of people ever being really nasty. One person, I don't know, I think the leg or something came loose from the stitching, but he wasn't too happy about it. But
Did you fix it?
yeah, I fixed it for him.
Did you find in the course of doing a show or something like that that people would ask you a lot of weird questions, or were they just generally curious about what you were doing and how you did it and things like that?
Yes, I have, because it is very unique.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure you've seen other similar sort of thing. It's a lot of work, and so they're interested how it all evolved.
I think it helps in the selling.
Yeah.
Because people want to know the backstory. It's part of why they're buying
Yes.
it to begin with.
Yeah. And when I go to a show and see people's work, I like to find out how they've done it, how long they've been working on it, I'm sure.
Did your husband work with you any in the business or go with you to the events and things?
Well, he's helped set up the booth, which is a big chore. And not really. No.
Not extensively.
No.
Well, that's the big step, though.
It really is. And he's been very helpful.
Let's see. I don't want to miss anything. I think I've asked a lot of this. So overall, looking back, how different has your life been having done this than if you had maybe continued to teach, or were you?
Well, it's been a wonderful learning experience, and for one thing, it makes you very independent, and I know that I could, if anything happened, if my husband lost a job or so forth, I could always continue doing what I'm doing.
Even now.
Even now.
If you are in a position with a young artist today, maybe kind of at a crossroads of, do I keep doing this 9-to-5 job, or they wanted to pursue a career in the arts, what kind of advice or suggestions would you maybe make to someone in that position?
To someone? Well, just being able to call the state like I did made all the difference to me. I got help from people and information. Without that help, it would have been very difficult. So I would say look to others for help if they want to go into a business sort of thing.
I was listening to an interview on the way down here, and I think there's a tendency among artists to doubt themselves a little bit. even though that's an embedded kind of desire to do it, and how you make that emotional leap
Oh, yes.
to take on that risk to do the thing
Yeah.
maybe that you love over the more safe, known
Well,
route?
I was a very successful preschool teacher. I really enjoyed my job, but when this opportunity came along, I just said that's it, and left teaching. Really enjoyed working with these little kids.
Have you done any teaching since, workshops or anything along those lines?
Just in church with, yeah. No, I really don't miss it. Not
You don't
really
miss the
anymore.
teaching.
No.
But at the time,
No.
it was a stepping stone. It sounds like
Yeah.
it was a stepping
Yeah.
stone into your art. And
Yeah, it was really a wonderful experience with these little 3 and 4-year-olds, but
now, when you were doing this work, I'm assuming in your heyday of doing the shows,
Yeah.
Did you work daily,
oh, absolutely,
into the night, weekends?
yeah, yes. I'm thinking of some of the big commissions I had. That would be and especially in the 80s. And you know, that's when the money was kind of available too.
The
In the
money,
80s.
like people having money to spend?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a different situation now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's much harder.
Yeah, I think there was disposable income
Oh,
during the 80s.
yeah. And I don't know about craft at that time. I think that was when it was really coming on, the state, Kentucky.
Yeah, it started in 82.
Yes.
And I think kind of hit its stride in the 90s, early 90s.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. We did the National Department Store promotions, and then when the market,
Yes.
that sort of became
Yes.
the stabilizing
Yes.
mechanism to bring those shops and buyers in, from all over the country.
Well, I think Kentucky is very unique, and that you're not going to find that elsewhere like this. Not very, very often anyway, in a lot of states.
Did you form a lot of relationships along the way with other artists and things like that? I know for a lot of people that worked alone at home,
Yeah.
that getting out and doing the shows and being around the other
Yes.
artists was always a thing they looked
Yes.
forward to.
And some of them have died. Yes.
Yeah, starting in the 80s, it's definitely,
Yes.
they've turned over quite a bit
Yes.
in terms of the new people coming in, and it's definitely a life cycle thing.
Yeah.
What other kind of things do you think that you could share about your work and your life in this art form?
Well, I like painting. Just watercoloring very much, but that's just I'm not commercial or anything. I just enjoy.
You do that now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And do a lot of things outside.
Now, do you have any plans we've encouraged artists to maybe donate portions of their work to a collection or a museum or something like that. Have you made any plans for what will happen to these things at some point?
Right. Well, these little horses on stands, I would love to be able to make a connection with these for Derby time. Our church is having a winter fair, Thomas Jefferson, or All People's Church, and I'm going to have quite a few of these horses in that show.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So you're still doing something here and there.
Right. What has really hurt me, is technology. I don't know if you've heard that from anyone else, but I love reading and very good at that. But working a computer and that has really hurt me.
Yeah, it's a different world now.
It is.
And you almost cannot
absolutely
function
Yeah,
without
it used to be telephone calls, telephone orders, no more. It's all email and so forth.
Yeah. And that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg, really.
Yeah.
Even in terms of marketing, I think this generation of people, there's so many more opportunities to market in different ways.
Oh, yes.
Than when we started with the program and artists didn't have the resources or know about the ways to get their product out.
Yes.
And I think, the program has changed, but again, people aren't as reliant on it as they were in the beginning.
Right.
But it definitely played a role then.
And I'm sure the state helps on that.
Right. I don't know that they do the training as much as they used to. But certainly that was a part of the focus, was to help in developing those skills and those abilities for the different marketing strategies.
Yeah.
I want to look over this list to see if there's anything that I've missed, because I really wanted I think you told me about the prices, but do you base them on the amount of, I'm assuming the bigger ones, the amount of time, it's kind of based on an hourly rate?
Yeah. Right.
Do you have a formula, or you just sort of look at that one and say, I think he's worth $500?
Sold. Well, that's another thing. You have to really be careful pricing, because when you sell to a store, you're not going to be getting that money. So
I mean, you typically
have to figure that it's typically almost 50%.
Unless you're consigning.
And consigning, I don't like
You
to
didn't really do
consign.
that.
Yeah. So it's a problem, pricing. I hate it.
I think it was one of the bigger headaches that people dealt with.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the shops had to get their fair share, but at the same time you had to be able to get enough money back to make it worth your while. So
Right.
Did you increase your prices over time as you became more successful?
Yes, prices were higher, and that was when things were really selling. Yes.
Did you ever have a situation where you always had more orders than you felt like you could accommodate, or did you sort of manage that pretty well as you went along?
Pretty managed.
Did you ever
Yeah.
turn down orders?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was some time ago.
So typically, like at the market, if you took the orders from the stores,
Yeah.
would that keep you busy till the next year, or were you getting those out in a matter of months, or?
A good portion of the yes. Yes.
In a few months, or is up to a year, or what?
I would say about 2.5 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, then you go for shows or so forth, or you get orders. I used to get orders over a period of time from people that maybe a couple years passed.
They just pop up.
Yeah.
Did you follow up with buyers if you hadn't heard from them for a while? Did you, the stores and things?
Yes.
And would
That's
that prompt them
important.
sometimes to?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And very often that really worked out well.
I knew we used to encourage people to do that because they would get busy too, and not actually
Sure.
stop to take the time and go, oh yeah, I could use some of your work. It's pretty much gone, or whatever.
Right.
So that was the side of the business that. Did you enjoy that part of it, the business
Yeah,
side?
I enjoy the people usually are very, very nice. I don't think I've hardly ever have had any problem with the store owners or whatever.
Nobody ever forgot to pay you or was late paying you?
Well,
or-
one time I did get a large order from a woman and from the ACC show, and she ordered quite a bit, and she said, well, she would send me a check, which never came. And I mean, we're talking about hundreds of miles away.
After you had shipped
Yeah.
the product?
Right.
Oh.
So always get the check first.
Did you get it eventually?
Never got it.
No.
Yeah. It was it was like $500. Yeah.
So did you change your policy moving forward?
Oh, yeah. Right. And just recently I received an order which was another scam, which you have to really be careful. I'm sure you've heard of scams going on. And sent me a check which was too much money. And said, well, go
They
ahead.
want you to send the difference
and
back.
send me back.
And then the check bounces.
Right.
Yeah. That's a
Which
common.
obviously I knew was crooked. But you have to be careful.
That's a downside to technology and
Yes.
having your work be visible out there.
Yes.
And anybody can find you. So,
Right.
and they think they can take advantage. So, well, I'm through with questions. So, is there any closing thoughts or comments that maybe you'll probably think of something later that you wish you'd
Yeah.
said? But anything final sort of thoughts?
Well, it's been a long time in the business. It really has. It's amazing how many years go by so quickly. And I'm happy with it. I still I absolutely enjoy doing my work. And it gives me, I don't know, kind of peace. And the way things are now, I think we all need a little peace.
That's a wonderful closure. But you've left a legacy. You've made a legacy in your field and in the state. And I think a lot of people know about you and are proud of what you've done.
Yes.
And you should be proud yourself. So thank you, Audrey, for doing what you've done in your life and your career and letting us come today and record it for history's sake so others can know and hear about it in the future.
Thank you so much.
Okay.